Hey guys, alrighty. So today was post-FOMC day. We went into last night after hours. You could really feel just the bull euphoria that was sitting in the markets. We had a pretty big and pretty strong move up on almost all tickers overnight, especially after hours. Even crypto had a big bounce. Futures was looking really, really strong. But you know what? By the end of the day today, you can see with this red candle we have here, despite the massive gap up we had, the bulls just really didn't have much left to give today intraday. Now, again, I remain bullish long term. I still believe, obviously, we are in a bull market. I still obviously believe that really until we close under the 20 EMA support, which pretty much lines up perfectly with that red line that you see there, that we really don't have a reason to be long-term bearish. Now, again, with that being said, there are still going to be short-term downside moves. We are coming off of 3 days of green trading in a row. Sorry, 4 days of green trading in a row. Something we haven't seen in over a month and a half now. The first week of February is the first time we saw that, or the last time we saw that. So now, the thought is, are we going to see a gap down tomorrow? So the abandoned baby pattern is a real classic. I love talking about that one. So essentially what that is you see a gap up like this, and then the following day you immediately gap back down. Kind of just leaves this candle abandoned up here, and that's where the name comes from. So what I'm looking for tomorrow is a gap down. This is a really nice topping candle here. You can see we hit a new all-time high. We did close a new all-time high also, but we just really couldn't hold up there. You would like to see this candle be green for some continuation. Usually when you have a big gap up and then a sell-off like that, that's kind of showing a top. There just wasn't enough buyers up there. So tomorrow, critical support's going to be right here at 520.5. If we lose that, then we really are looking at a possible move to 517.16. Going over to ES here. So same thing, we had the big move up. Same thing, we tried to move up, but now we kind of got this nice little doji reversal candle here. Now, the one thing I will say with this candle is that a lot of the time when you see a thick bodied candle like this, we might come down, but a lot of time, and you kind of see it right here, where we had the wick to the upside, you see we failed the breakdown and then we end up pushing up. So that's a very real scenario for tomorrow. I don't love shorts like this with a doji like that. It is technically a reversal candle with that big wick to the upside, but a lot of time, like I said, we end up with a move like happened right here. This is the ideal doji candle to short when you have pretty much a flat body, almost a near perfect double top, and then you see the upside. Even something like this is ideal where the candle body is red, it closes below the previous high. That's the ideal reversal candle to short. Something like this is really risky to short, but the downside is certainly there, and I do think we could come maybe all the way down to even 52, 58 area, which is the AEMA support. Interesting enough, Jay Powell is scheduled to speak tomorrow morning. I didn't know he was going to be speaking again. He's doing some opening for some talk, some sort of Fed talk or something like that. So that'll be interesting. We obviously shouldn't get anything new from that. It should be the same old, and I would be very surprised after how dovish he went, and really just how he basically told every single reporter that there's zero reason to be worrying about the last two inflation reads. I would be very shocked to see him say anything but that again. So I'm very curious to see what happens and how the market reacts to that. Likely it's a nothing burger, but it's out there. It's something to keep in mind. Now, looking over here at the Qs, same thing. We had, our 3 green 4-day greens in a row now. So I was talking about this double supply at 443.75 and 445.79 yesterday. So I was saying that, I wasn't really bullish until we closed over that. Well, what happened today? We didn't just close over it. We completely gapped over this whole level. So, that's an interesting move to see a gap up like that. But what you see here, same thing. We did close a new all-time high. We hit an all-time high. Now, the one thing I think that is super interesting, a big phenomenon here on the Qs especially, is the fact that we actually have stronger daily sellers today on the Qs. But as you saw, we closed a new all-time high, and we pushed higher today. So realistically, our justified price on the Qs based on sellers and buyers is somewhere down here right now. So we're pretty far overextended here. So tomorrow, what I'm looking for is that we're likely going to come back down to 443.75. Now, we might bounce off this. As you can see, this was previous double top resistance. So we really might bounce off this, and that's where you might see one of those days like I was talking about, where we kind of gap down and then we have a huge wick up. So something kind of like you saw here. So I'm definitely watching for that to play out. Curious if that plays out or not. Definitely something to keep in mind, that sometimes we will have these bearish moves and then boom, we'll get bought right back up. But interesting enough too, looking at the last 2 Fridays, they have not been very bullish. The last 2 Fridays have actually been pretty red. So same thing here on the Qs, or sorry, on NQ here. We pushed over here. This one was a little closer to a true doji reversal. Like I said, say something like this, or really this candle if it's a top candle here. But I don't have strong confidence in the short play with a candle like this. Now, again, this shows that there wasn't a lot of buyers up here, just like back here on March 8th. But again, it's risky to justify shorting when you have this thicker body and we didn't close below the previous candle's high. Now, tomorrow, what I do think is going to happen is that we are going to test 18,473. We might even get as low as 18,407, which is the 8 EMA support. But again, it's kind of risky here. The NQ and ES both have stronger daily buyers. But again, we could get the double top, but there's that probability that we come down and then we push right back up here. Now, the one thing that does make me super bearish for tomorrow is the VIX right here. So, I was talking about our 4-month trend line that is now gone, that we broke through that support. And I was talking about that 12.43 to really 12.79 was going to be our next major support to watch. And look where we wicked. We basically came down almost to the penny to 12.43, which look at how strong this support level has been, and all of these touches off of this level right here. Boom, hard, massive doji reversal here. So this tells me the VIX is going to get a big pop tomorrow, which is going to put a new demand in right here and take out this level. And maybe if we can get high enough, let's see what kind of day we would need to do that. We would need to see about a 6% move, not hard to do. And that would take out this level, put a new demand in here. And then while we did break the initial downtrend, that would start a new higher low uptrend. So while we would have negated this low right here, we would hold this low. And then we're making higher lows still and could look for a push up. That is the big bear case I see. So yes, we have the doji on NQ. And ES and the Qs and SPY have the abandoned baby pattern. So when you pair that with the VIX pattern, which again, VIX and ES and SPY, they don't always correlate anymore, but pretty high probability short overnight when you see something like that. Going over to the dollar here too, another high probability for why I am bearish for tomorrow is this massive bullish engulfing candle. So not only did we bullish engulf yesterday, we bullishly engulfed the last 4 days of price action. So new demand at 103.372. So now 104.144. That is our key level. You can see how strong of a resistance is. If we can pop through that, we're heading up to the 104s, and that's going to bring the market down. Now, same thing on the 10-year. We came down. I mentioned yesterday that I thought we would likely get a bounce off the EMAs and try to push up. We didn't quite get the push up I was looking for. Now, the dollar got the push up I was looking for, but the 10-year didn't quite get it. So what I'm looking for here is this to be our doji reversal, much like you see right here on the VIX, which then, of course, leads to a push to the upside. So that would put a new demand right here, right about 4.27-ish area, and then we're targeting 4.324 to 4.33 double supply. Close over that, which again, you can see how strong of a resistance that is, and we're heading up to the 4.4 to 4.5 area. Now, Bitcoin here again, weekly wise, you know, we put the new supply in last week at 69K. We came down, we had our weekly 8 EMA support bounce, and we were looking like we were actually going to recover, but now we're actually seeing a sell-off on Bitcoin also, which again shows me that there's a little bit more downside weakness to go in the market here. Generally speaking, I remain pretty bearish for tomorrow. I'm hesitant strictly because Jay Powell speaks in the morning, and I just, like I said, I don't love this candle. Now, again, the double top is certainly there, and we look like we're going to minimally come down to 52.95 and probably down to at least 18.540. But again, it's difficult to justify the short when you see that long body there. So I'm curious how tomorrow plays out. I hope you guys had a good day trading today, and I will see you guys tomorrow.